Welcome to Vermillion Lane, neighbor. We can't wait to get to know you. What do you tape? 1 or 2? We've been dying to get a glimpse of your face. 1, 2, 3, 4. What a stunner! We love how you do your hair. Thought I would just try number 1 first and see where we go with this one. Interesting choices. So you're our new neighbor. Sure, why not? Let's go with it. Chapter 1. Welcome to Vermillion Lane. You're on the front lawn of your new home on Vermillion Lane, sitting down a moving box and swiping the sweat off your brow. Phew, summer here sure packs a punch, but it's worth it to move it in the place Aunt Bella left me. You smile up at the house you've inherited from your recently deceased aunt, trying not to be too concerned about the peeling paint you see. Nothing wrong with that. It may be a teeny bit rundown, but look at the place. Aunt Bella must have been really happy here. With the sun shining merrily, excitement for your new life in the suburban paradise bubbles up inside of you. I can't wait to start a garden. I've never had the space to do that before. I can picture flowers up front, a cute little vegetable patch in the back. You head back to your boxes in high spirits. You've just turned thirsty, and move to Vermillion Lane feels like the start of a new chapter. Thirsty or 30? Which one? You know what, I'm going with it. I may not know exactly what the future is in store for me, but I'm excited to see how it unfolds as I settle into the neighborhood. As you think that, a shingle slides off the roof, landing on the grass with an unsatisfying plunk. I'm sure I can fix that, or maybe someone around here can? Suddenly you hear a noise from across the street, banging followed by drilling sound that draws your attention. Straight to an attractive shirtless neighbor, working with some power tools in the open garage. This is a single love interest book, so be sure to choose a neighborhood you'd really like to get to know. Who do you see? Let's try woman first. Let's see what options we're given. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try the male alternatives now. Kind of like number 1 for the female, though. 1, 2. Looks like Jon Snow. 3. Looks like the Chad meme. I'm sorry. 4. Looks like, I don't know, every romantic novel dude since. Again, I like her, but moving on. Also, I kind of notice a young Tyler Perry here. Moving on. You stare transfixed as he leans his hips against the work table, abs rippling as he lifts an arm to wipe the sweat off his forehead. Oh my god, should I introduce myself? Your face heats as you imagine, shaking his warm, strong hand, and for a second, you think your eyes meet. Yeah, I went with the Jon Snow. Don't at me. Listen, where do we get the studly but dad body like guy who's financially stable? Where do we get that guy? But then he turns to his back and returns to his work, his muscles shifting under the sheen of sweat as he operates the tools. Snap out of it, Faith. You can meet your neighbors once you get all your stuff inside. You're not here to meet a beau. Anyway. In a daze, you pick the box back up and start to heft it towards your front steps. But halfway to the porch, it starts to slip out of your hands. Ah! I've got you. He just suddenly has clothing now, and across the street, that fast, he's Superman. An unfamiliar pair of hands catches the box, and you look up in the face of your sexy neighbor. Shirt pulled back on, but sweat still beading at his hairline. It looks like you could use some help. Definitely. I didn't pack light, but that doesn't look like a problem for you. I think I'm up for it. You jolt as his thumb brushes yours, making you realize that his hands cradle yours, his fingers warm, slightly rough. I insist. with a close-lipped smile, his fingers graze yours generously as he lifts the box out of your hands with ease. It really is my lucky day. He might be the help I need. Sure, we'll go with Charles. I'm Charles King, by the way. I live right across the street. I noticed. Saw you pounding, or drilling. I saw you doing construction stuff. Your eyes can't help straying to the strong flex of his biceps straining underneath the sleeves of his shirt before you yank them away. Anyway, I'm Faith Constance, and I appreciate the help. Please, come inside. Thank you. I hope my entrance didn't make it seem like I was barging in. You feel you're far more flustered than you think you have a right to be, as he falls in step beside you, his warm gaze resting on you. I couldn't let a new neighbor struggle and not offer a hand. How generous. Have you lived here long? For a while now. That's all you're gonna give me? I answered you, didn't I? Right. I'm pegging you, giggity, as the charming introvert type. He lets out a low chuckle in response, but it's drowned out by one of the porch steps creaks loudly beneath his foot. I guess that's one more thing to add to the list. Aunt Bella's house kind of, got away from her in her final years. I'd be happy to fix up your steps if you'd like. I'm a carpenter, in case you couldn't guess. Oh, that's very generous of you, but you're probably busy. It wouldn't be a hassle at all. What kind of neighbor would I be if I didn't offer my particular skill set in times of need? We need more neighbors like this. Besides, it's not like it's a far commute. As you noticed, my family lives right across the street. Oh, your family. I'd love to meet them. You paste on a smile to hide your disappointment. I'm sure they're all wonderful. A pained grimace crosses his face, and for the first time since you've met, he averts his gaze from yours. It's just me and my daughter. Oh. Most men would not communicate that, and, okay, whatever. The mood's taken an uncomfortable turn, and you hastily open the door to try and remedy it. I'm sure you'd like to put that box down. Please, come inside. You lead him into your home, the cozy accents reminding you of your late aunt. Charles looks around before his gaze lands on you. Cute place, it suits you. Thanks, I'm looking forward to making it my own. I bet, so where am I headed? You've been lost in his genuine smile and shake yourself out of it, peeking inside the box he's holding to check the contents. My bedroom, upstairs. His renewed smile stays in place as he starts up the staircase beside you, and you try to focus on it instead of his toned butt. You look way too cheerful for someone carrying my heap of junk up a flight of stairs. You don't hear it? He pauses, hefting the box easily in one muscled arm as he cups a hand over his ear dramatically. The beautiful sound of creak-free steps. It's like an aphrodisiac to a carpenter. Wait, is he flirting with me? An aphrodisiac, huh? Too bad. It's one less excuse to come over. If my stairs are already perfect, you just ran out of reasons to be invited inside my home more often. Charles holds your gaze, and you swear his eyes jump to your lips. Well, damn. That's a real shame. Oh my god, he is flirting with me. So he's single? But why is he so guarded when I asked about his family? Did his marriage end in disaster? Was he ever even married at all? And why do I care so much? I moved here to start a new chapter, not fall in a relationship. I don't even know this man. You're wrenched from your thoughts as Charles steps into the bedroom and floorboard creaks loudly. He gives you a sultry grin. That's a whole day's worth of work, at least. Your stomach swoops as you follow him to your room, focusing on not tripping at the threshold. And here we go. Charles sets the box down on the floor and lifts up his shirt to wipe a bead of sweat off his brow, giving you a glimpse of rippling abs. Okay, now he's doing it on purpose. When he drops his shirt back into place, you realize you've been caught staring. A pleased smirk lifts the corner of his lips. I'll go get the rest of your stuff from the front lawn. Thanks, I'll continue to supervise. As he heads back down, you pull a book out of the box and place it on the nightstand, where you notice a note with your name on it. Faith, you always were my favorite. I hope this house is as good to you as it was to me. All my love, Aunt Bella. P.S. Don't trust the neighbors. They're not what they seem. Geez, Aunt Bella, that's not ominous or anything. Slightly unsettled by the letter, you look up and catch your reflection in the mirror, grimacing at the sight of your grubby-looking moving clothes. I clearly did not account for meeting any new hot neighbors when I got dressed this morning. A little bit of rummaging through the boxes reveals a brand new dress you bought yourself to celebrate your move. It's a bit revealing for moving attire, but I'd like to freshen up, and something tells me Charles won't mind. You shimmy into the dress, imagining his Charles' heated gaze at your newly revealed curves as you admire your upgraded reflection. I'm not even gonna say it. If Charles is gonna do all the heavy lifting, all I have to do is sit back and look good. In the kitchen, you find Charles taking a toaster out of the box, and you pause to admire the shift of his shoulders beneath his shirt. As you watch, he sets the toaster right where you would. In fact, everything's arranged, exactly as you like it. You're helpful, and you know how to arrange a kitchen. Are you a dream come true? Oh, Faith, there you are. I brought in all the boxes I could find labeled, but the rest of his words are forgotten the second he lays eyes on you. You look. Gaze runs down your body and slowly back up. A current of palpable electricity runs between the two of you. Like the best improvement this neighborhood's seen in a long time. You smile and pretend to straighten out of the hem of your dress, drawing his eyes to your shapely legs. Oh, it's just a little something I found while unpacking. I forgot I even owned it. Really, because that outfit strikes me as pretty unforgettable. As he takes you in, every inch of your bare skin tingles as though you felt his caress. He clears his throat, focusing back on your counters. I apologize for going through your things, but I wanted to get the heavier items out of the boxes for you. I can rearrange them however you like. It's all perfect. But how much do you charge? He smoothly lifts an eyebrow, and you realize the question sounded more like a proposition. You laugh, slightly flustered. Let me rephrase that. What do I owe you for all the unpacking? For you. It's on the house. So then, while you're at it, would you mind helping me put away this box of glassware? You nudge the box in question, wondering if you're being too obvious that how much work you like seeing Charles had. That was next on my list. Either he's the most considerate person I've ever met, or he likes my attention as much as I like his. Your fingers brush every time you hand Charles a glass, the air in the kitchen growing thicker as he rearranges them on the high shelf. I'm seeing another problem here. He tries to shut the cabinet, but the door hangs lopsided, creaking back open. Not another one. Hang on, I've already dealt with this. Grab a rubber band out of a drawer, wrap it around the hinge several times, holding it in place so the cabinet shuts flush. Viola. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. Charles' shoulder nudges yours as he leans in to inspect your handiwork, and you take in a deep breath of a spicy cologne. Would you look at that? She's a modern-day MacGyver. I'm sorry, if anyone ever says sorry who, I'm walking the other opposite way. Not just good looks. I know I'm a gorgeous, beyond words, but I'm happy to have quite the brain to back up all the stunning beauty. He looks from the hinge to your face, and focus in his gaze makes you feel like he's admiring your every feature. I never had it out. I'll tell you what, I'll run across the street, grab my toolkit, I can have the cabinets fixed the professional way before lunch. Oh, that's very sweet, but you've already done so much. Besides, you have something you're working on in the garage, don't you? I insist. I can't have that rubber band snapping the next time you reach for glass and catching you in the crossfire. Plus, I can teach you some fixer-upper tricks you can put to use yourself. You're definitely good with your hands. But he inspects your handiwork again, with his thumb strokes slowly over the rubber band, bringing obscene images to mind. I'm sure you'll have no trouble picking up some more advanced techniques with a little hands-on help. You had me at hands-on. I'm a good student, as long as I have the proper guidance. In that case, let me go grab my tools. I'll be right at your service. Rose flashes a flirty smile before heading out. You watch as he goes, admiring how great his ass looks in his skin-tight denim. You shut your eyes, instantly getting lost in your lust-filled attraction to his physique. Oh, Charles. His toned forearms, muscular biceps, his shirt can barely contain the six-packs you caught a preview of earlier. In your fantasy, you open your eyes to find yourself in a spotless, luxurious kitchen, a fresh ocean breeze tickling your skin from the open window beside you. Charles stands in front of you, this tantalizing stare sending heat flooding between your thighs. There you are, gorgeous. Hi. You lower your gaze, aroused to see him wearing nothing but his tool belt. He takes your waist with firm, calloused hands. Your knees begin to buckle, but in one swift motion, he props you up on the kitchen counter and flashes a suggestive smile. I've never wanted anyone as much as I want you. Charles, please. Show me your favorite tool. Can't. Kiss me. Your breath goes shallow as he kisses your neck, slotting himself between your thighs, getting closer to your aching need. Oh, yes. Faith. Your eyes snap open to find Charles back in your own kitchen with a toolkit, a brow raised as he takes in your parted lips. Are you okay? You look a little flushed. I'm wonderful, but do you have what you need? He whips out his large power drill, giving it an impressive rev. What a hefty tool for all your drilling needs. His bad boy's charged and ready to go. Now, a successful plan on action always starts with a good screw. Oh, Lord. He smirks and retrieves a screw from his toolbox. You concentrate on his hands in motion, hard fluttering. The problem with your hinge is obvious. The screws are loose, so they need a good tightening. He prepares his power tool, fingers tending to the shaft, before he gives it another good rev, all while keeping eye contact with you. I'll let you do the honors. He hands you the drill. You accept the tool gingerly, taking note of its impressive heft and size. So just line up the drill with the screw I want. And make sure to apply pressure, or the screw may not be able to penetrate the hole. Is it a tight fit? God, there's so many innuendos. The tighter the better. Charles covers your hands with his, slowly guiding your fingers up the handle, from the base to the trigger. Your grip is as just important as the power behind it. Give it a go. You show off by pressing down on the switch, making it rev, the tool trembling in your combined grips. Looks like you've already handled one or two of these before. You could say I know my way around a tool. He returns your innuendo with a devilish grin, and you feel a thrill loving the daring side Charles has unleashed in you. Let's see you put all that talk into action. He motions towards the cabinet, and you step in front of him, arcing your back a little more than necessary as you line up the hinge. You glance behind you, excited to find him admiring the view. Am I good to go? Actually, there's one more thing before we do the deed. You watch bemused as he pulls a pair of plastic safety glasses out of his toolkit. We need a little protection, may I? Your bemusement turns to a flutter in your chest as he slips them onto your face, the gentle action at not odds with the innuendo of the moments before. Thanks. Is it really that dangerous? No, but I just want to make sure you're as safe as possible. Plus, I look good on you. Do you always know the right thing to say? Most of the time. Charles looks at you with affection in his eyes, his hands lingering gently on your face. You hastily turn your attention to the cabinet before Charles can sense how ruffled you are, your cheeks burning. Let's get to business, shall we? As you lift the drill, Charles places a hand on your hip, guiding you into a better alignment with the hinge. It's important to have a clear view of what you're doing. His touch is everything you imagine, strong and tender, suggestive but not overbearing. You try to focus, but you can't help but get distracted by his strength and intoxicating scent. Lean back, why not? You boldly lean into him until your back comes to contact with his muscular planes of his chest. You hold your breath, waiting for his response. and feel a thrill when he returns the gesture by leaning forward, intensifying the contact between your bodies. I just met this man and he already knows how to make me totally melt. What happened in not looking for romance? The body needs what it needs. Cool as a cucumber, Faith. Cool as a cucumber. Trying to show off just how unruffled you are. You rev the drill, but the screw doesn't catch, and you lose control. Ugh. I've gotcha. Luckily, he steps into action, grabbing hold of your waist and the drill before you completely lose your balance. He looks down at you, arms still wrapped around your body, making you vividly aware of every hard line of muscle pressed to your back. Remember what I said about applying pressure? Yeah? The trick is to go hard. He reaches around you to cover your hands with his touch gentle, but his arms firm on either side of you. You squeeze your thighs together, but this only increases the hot tingle in your core, dampening you. Oh my god, is this for real? Your mind drifts and you begin to wonder what else his strong arms and steady hands can do. You're suddenly caught up in a vivid daydream of the two of you nearly naked in every position. Faith, you tease, you've been toying with me all day. You pinch your hands to the cabinet doors, forcing you to arch obscenely as he grinds against you. Oh, Charles, I didn't know you had it in you to be this rough. His breath is hot on your neck as he grinds forward again, his length teasing you, making you burn with need. Do you like it? Yes. You whisper underneath your breath, your eyelids fluttering. Yes, Charles. Well, someone's enjoying their lesson. You jolt, eyes growing wide, mortified that your inner monologue just went public. What is this man doing to me? I might say more or less, what are you doing to yourself? But after a brief moment, you work up the nerve to glance at him, quickly realize he's enjoying every second. Ready for round 2? Yeah, I am. You nod and Charles' hands return to your lower hip, his touch, feeling familiar. Safe. Let's take this baby to the finish line. You guide your grip, you pull on the trigger, this time applying more pressure, and the screw goes in fast and hard. Yes! He let out a pleasure-filled laugh, shimming out of his arms as he watches on, amused. The sweet afterglow, addicting, isn't it? I'm sorry, I can't. The warm, low tones in his voice make your stomach swoop. Looks like I don't need you anymore. Ouch. Ouch. That would really dampen things for him. There's more to learn from you. I'm in such great hands. I wonder what else you can teach me. Sounds like a challenge, and I always rise to the occasion. As the mood lightens, you feel endeared to Charles. Comfortable, supported, it's easy to imagine more moments like this. Suddenly the doorbell rings and you hear the faint sound of a female voice on the porch. Charles immediately stiffens, his face becoming grave. That'll be the welcome wagon. You mean more new neighbors? Charles doesn't seem fond of these visitors, but I probably shouldn't leave them waiting. He's like me, seriously. We're both, brothers of a, kind. Ugh, neighbors. Unnerved by the terseness of Charles' reply, you head to the front door and pull it open, pasting on a welcoming smile. Hi, it's lovely to... Hello, darling! A pleasure! Look at you, so young and sweet. Oh, we're so happy to meet you. Busty blonde. I can't. This book's gonna just break me, I'm serious. We brought you this little housewarming gift to welcome you to the neighborhood. The last woman to barge in shoves a lime jello mold into your hands. Sadie makes the best jello on Vermillion Lane. What the hell do I do with this? Hey, listen, it's a lime jello horror. I'm sure we could do some sort of experiment with it and blow it up. You hastily drop the offending dish on a side table and try to get a word in. This is so sweet. I should introduce myself. Oh, just look at you. The outfit is quite something. She must be part of the, what do they call it? It's like the PTA, but for the neighborhood. Thanks, it's, You may need to step up your game, Sadie dear. Looks like you have some competition for Vermillion Lane's resident head turner. You swear you see the woman's eye twitch as she looks you up and down, her smile tightening. That's an interesting look for moving day. I'll give our new neighbor that. Before you can say anything more, the first woman puffs out her chest, bringing attention to her shiny HOA brooch on her left breast. Oh, Homeowners Association. Yeah. It took me a second. Guess we know who the leader is. Sweetheart, I'm Valerie Wright, president of the Neighborhood Homeowners Association, and those electric ladies are my council. We remember your aunt fondly, and just had to come down from the top of the hill to do our neighborly welcome duties, right, ladies? It's like some sort of signal, because it's, the women turn their attention to your home and lift hands to their hearts at what they see. Oh, pooh, the floor is full of scuff marks. The wallpaper is beside. This painting is peeling. And the door is in desperate need of a fresh coat of paint. Oh, Faith, you poor thing. Moving in such a fixer-upper. And right on the divide between up street and down street. Right on the what now? But fear not, one of my duties as HOA president is to keep this silly little squabble between the two halves of the street at bay. Did I just move right in the middle of street-wide battleground? They all turn pitying expressions on you, but you catch the barbs in their saccharine tones. Thank you for your generous tips. I mean, we did just move in here. Our aunt, no. I'll be candor. I'll be nice. Then I'll tell them to leave and get off my lawn. Please give me some time to address them. My Aunt Bella may have let some of the upkeep get away from her, but as you women know, I just moved in today. It's admirable of you to take on such a lofty task. Best of luck. If you'll excuse us, Faith is busy unpacking. It would be best if you came back later. Charles joins you, placing a hand on the small of your back. You stand a bit taller with him on your side. Oh, we didn't mean to slow down Faith's unpacking process, but Charles, you promised to remodel my she-shed, remember? The busty blonde pouts her lips, batting her eyelashes flirtatiously at Charles before looking at you. Faith, you can't imagine my surprise. I find him here playing moving man. Does that seem fair to you? Ma'am, I didn't ask Charles to stop his work. Charles saw me on the front lawn with all my moving boxes and offered to help. I knew nothing about a sheep shed. Sadie, I told you I'd be over later this week. Besides, you know how important it is to help new neighbors feel at home here. The woman flares her nostrils, her smile turning rigid, but Valerie clears her throat primly. Sadie. The twins slip behind Valerie at once, but Sadie hesitates, her eye still on you and Charles, a mean grin spreading across her face. Aren't you moving on fast? Charles tenses beside you, his expression hardening. Valerie, clearly perturbed, taps her stilettoed heel against the floor. Sadie reluctantly falls back into formation behind her. Now, where were we? Oh. Valerie suddenly clutches her chest in pain, hunching over the back of a sofa and struggling for air. What's happening to her? I can't breathe. What a shame. I'll just stand here and watch. What? Sorry. Valerie gasps and stumbles, her face changing color as she staggers sideways and falls. Charles, do something! Call 911! It's too late. Valerie collapses to the ground, rigid, her unseeing eyes staring into the distance. Oh my god. Oh, well, now she's gonna haunt the place. Now you're gonna have to get an exorcism. She's dead! I can't. this book is going to be a trip. It's going to be a real trip. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. There's plenty of things to check out there. Ways of supporting this community and this channel. You can also join our streams. And then also you can join our community in the disc link down below. It'd be great to have you. That way we can chat in real time and the whole 9 yards. No need for comments on the YouTube. But speaking of comments, just in case you don't want to do any of that, let me know what you think down below. Did you enjoy the video that I did for you? You know, some people say that the humor is very well needed for a lot of these books, and I hopefully made you smile, I made you entertained, and hopefully you come back for even more, as I'll be uploading Chapter 2. Yep, that came out today as well. Won't this be more fun? I'll just say the following. Most likely there will now be a battle for HOA, and we'll be, I guess, probably running against, you know, Miss, Busty Blonde. Please tell me the lower half side has at least one dude that's like, oh, come on now, let's get her done. Because, you know, I never get to use all my voices. I can seriously do over 50 different voices, as some of you have seen over the many, many years I've been doing this. But, long story short, they're ranging, right? It's kind of hard to do a female voice all the time, especially as a guy, right? I was gifted with the talent of doing voices, however, when I actually lost my voice. So, it's been a long time since I've actually heard my own voice. You may think right now this is my normal voice. Actually, you'd be surprised. This is not my normal voice. So yeah. With that being said, hopefully you all did enjoy, and hopefully, you know, I can have a little bit of fun with this book and doing some different voices. I keep wanting some, you know, I liked Blades and Light and Shadow. That actually, you know, is coming back out for book 2 here soon, where, you know, maybe I can do some more voicing like this. Work. Catch y'all later. Peace out.